Operation Paul Bunyan, the Cold War's most dangerous tree trimming.
Have you ever been so mad about a tree that you brought helicopters, fighter jets, hundreds of troops, and an aircraft carrier just to cut it down?
Dan, is this like a metaphor for something? Because this is a weird allegory for your neighbor's maple tree.
Nope, not a metaphor. This actually happened, and it almost kicked off a war.
I'm sorry, what?
Today on Time Tellers, a story of Cold War pettiness, military showmanship, and one very unlucky poplar tree. This is Operation Paul Bunyan.
Poor poplar tree.
Okay, let's rewind to August 18th, 1976. We're at the Joint Security Area, JSA for short, inside the Korean Demilitarized Zone.
The DMZ, one of the most heavily fortified borders in the world. North Korea on one side, South Korea and U.S. forces on the other. And the tensions are, let's say, simmering.
Now, there's this one tree, a poplar tree. It's blocking the line of sight between a U.S.-controlled checkpoint and an observation post.
And in the DMZ, visibility means safety. If one checkpoint can't see the other, you've got a security nightmare.
So a U.S. and South Korean work crew goes out to trim it. 2 U.S. Army officers are overseeing the operation, Captain Arthur Boniface and First Lieutenant Mark Barrett.
They're just trimming some branches. But North Korean soldiers show up, around 15 of them, including a guy known as Lieutenant Pak, a.k.a. the Bulldog.
I mean, that's not ominous at all.
Nope. He orders the Americans to stop. They don't, because he's not their commander. Tensions rise, and then suddenly, chaos. The North Korean soldiers attack with axes. That says axes. Axes.
Yes.
Okay. Captain Boniface is killed instantly. Lieutenant Barrett is chased down and beaten to death with an axe handle.
The Americans barely escape, and the North Koreans? They declare they were attacked first and even call it the axe murder incident.
Sounds like revisionist history.
Well, it's North Korea, so...
Yeah, which is exactly what you'd name a punk band if you were lying about it.
This wasn't just tragic. It was an international crisis. U.S. and South Korean forces are enraged, but instead of an immediate military strike...
They planned the most over-the-top display of force for a tree cutting.
3 days later, August 21st, 1976, Operation Paul Bunyan begins. I kid you not, it is named after the giant mythical lumberjack.
Which is kind of genius. Like, you killed 2 of our officers. Now we're sending in a guy who swings an axe the size of a Buick.
Here's what the U.S. brings in. 2 30-man security platoons, a 64-man South Korean special forces team, armed, trained, camo face paint, knives in their mouths, level intense, Rambo but not, and trucks carrying chainsaws.
And then, because it wouldn't be Paul Bunyan without escalation, backed up by B-52 bombers flying overhead, visible to North Korean observers, F-4 Phantom jets escorting them, an aircraft carrier group moved in position, helicopters hovering in formation, and tanks literally waiting at the border.
And it's not just military. Engineers stood by with explosives. Field hospitals were activated, blood supplies were stockpiled. They prepared for war just to chop down a tree.
What gets me is how choreographed it all was. Like, they gave North Korea a front row seat to a military ballet featuring chainsaws.
And while all of this is happening, they don't even bring weapons to the tree itself, just the saws. The idea was, we'll cut the tree, but if you stop us, well, look up.
North Korean troops were watching, but they didn't intervene. Not a word, not a shout. Not a shot. Sorry.
Because that is how you flex. Subtle? No. Effective? Absolutely.
After the operation, Kim Il-sung, the North Korean leader, actually expressed regret. Not an apology, but a statement of regret. which for North Korea is huge.
Exactly. And the U.S. quietly considered Operation Paul Bunyan a success. It sent a message. We won't start the war, but we will finish it, and we'll do it with lumberjack energy.
You know, my high school's nickname was the Lumberjacks and the Lumberjills. Had to put that. Oakwood Lumberjacks, Oakwood, Ohio. Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking of the Monty Python song.
It's kind of a brilliant psychological warfare. The tree's gone, nobody died during the op, and North Korea got the message without a full-scale battle.
They even installed a memorial plaque where the tree once stood. You can still visit it, though it's obviously a bit of a tense tourist destination.
Was the plaque for the tree or for the soldiers killed? So why does this ridiculous-sounding story matter?
Because it's a masterclass in strategic restraint. The U.S. could have bombed something, could have just retaliated with bloodshed. Instead, they used precision and power projection.
It also shows how absurd war can be. A tree, a visibility issue, a misunderstanding, and suddenly we're one step away from a full-on conflict.
And it's a reminder, sometimes the best way to de-escalate is to look scary without being stupid.
And sometimes it's to name your operation after a folklore lumberjack and dare the world to ask why.
So, Renee, lightning round. We each bring up one bizarre military op. Go.
Okay. Operation Acoustic Kitty. CIA tries to wiretap enemies using a cat with a microphone in it. Spoiler alert, the cat did not follow orders.
Oh, well, mine was Operation Cat Drop. British troops in the 1950s airdropped cats into Borneo to control a rat problem. Parachuting cats. No notes.
Okay, but how do we not have time tellers cat commandos next?
Coming soon. So what have we learned?
Trees are serious business. Never underestimate Cold War pettiness. And always name your operation something awesome.
Let us know what your favorite weird military story is. Message us, tweet us, or shout it across the DMZ. Carefully.
Except we don't have Twitter.
It's because it doesn't exist anymore. This is historic. See, we have to have some history.
Some history.
You know how to reach us.
Next time on Time Tellers, we might go back to the 1800s. Or somewhere much weirder. Depends on Dan's mood.
And until then, watch your trees.
And the skies. Bye!